I'm making this video because I couldn't, I'm trying to process my own grief from having to put my 16-and-a-half-year-old Shih Tzu down. It was, one of the hardest things that I had to do in my life. And if you're watching this, it's probably what you're looking at. I'm making this from the heart. I'm not really a performance actor or person or anything like that. It's just, I'm doing this in hopes that, because I couldn't find much myself for knowing if I was making the right decision. And all I wanted to do was make the right decision for that little dog. Because she'd given me so much joy. And I owe it to her. So I just wanted to convey a few things. It's not about you. It's not about making this easy on you. It's not. It's going to be very difficult if you care, and you're here because you care. It's going to be very difficult. You need to know that. But if you're going to have to put them down, put them to sleep, there's going to be guilt associated with it. My goal is to minimize that for you. What I'll tell you is that you're going to doubt when you should do it. What I would say to that is this: you're gonna call veterinarian clinics, probably the one you've been dealing with for years. Don't let them tell you when you should put your dog down, or your pet, or whatever, it's a cat, whatever. Don't let them tell you. You'll know. Don't make an appointment 24 hours in advance to meet your schedule. Your pet deserves more than that. That's what I came down with. That's the way I could live with it. I wasn't going to let someone else determine if they were going to be ready to die on their schedule. I wasn't able to make that dovetail with their plans. I couldn't do it. So what I did was just, I tried to make, mine was a 16-and-a-half Shih Tzu. It's actually 16 and a half years old. And it was her call. And what you're gonna find out is that they kind of know, in a way, that they know there's something wrong. If they're dying of old age, that's what I dealt with. It's like something in her eyes told me that she knew that there was something wrong. And I was gonna let her tell me when the time was ready for her. And that's what we did. So at that point, when I knew, she knew, for me, it was, they go through stages, and you may be able to read about it, or when they start to decline, and like, for instance, my dog was, her kidneys were failing, and they're gonna stop the first thing to do is stop eating. You can give her, I bought her favorite rotisserie chicken, and she wanted no part of it. And then they eventually will stop, after a few days, they'll stop drinking. And I think it's life, an instinct that tells them that they just can't do it. And for me, she started laboring and breathing when she was trying to sleep, and I'd have to get up, and I got a syringe, and this may help you. If you feel like this is coming on, you may want to get like some sort of syringe, because she won't want to drink, but their nose and their mouth is so dry that they can't breathe. But their heart may be good, but they just can't breathe. So I would have to, squirt a little water in their mouth to keep it so she wasn't choking. At the same time, I'd clean her nostrils out because it was all dried snot or, what have you. And, make it so she could breathe. And then that's when I knew it was time. And she knew it was time. And at that point, that's when I called and made an appointment. And the other thing I'd say, this was 2 days ago for me. Don't let somebody else handle them while this is happening. It's going to hurt very bad. But it's not about you. While the process is taking place, they need to see your face. They just do. You owe that to them. I felt like I owed that to her. So that's what we did. It'll be very painful, but at the end of the day, when it's all over with for a few days, you'll know that, could you imagine having them have somebody else hold them and not see your face while this is going on? The whole time while we were in there, I could just see, she was still aware. I could just see in her face that she knew. She knew what was going on and what had to take place. And I owed it to her to hold her in my arms and stare her right in the eyes while it was going on. And I told her it was okay to go. It was the hardest thing I had to do, but I know that in a few more days, I'm going to be much more happy that I did that than to have her die by natural causes if I wasn't there, or if some vet that I didn't know was doing this in a room that so I wouldn't have to see it. That's not how to do it. But the reason I'm making this is because this is here another thing is it helps to have people tell people about what you went through. I don't care if it's the grocer, you're checking out, tell them, because you know what I found out was I'm not bashful. I want to share my pain, and I did. And I found out that a lot of people have gone through this, and it helps. Like making this video for me, I want somebody else to see this and know that it's don't feel guilty when you think, you want to kind of eat your pain, but you want to defer it. And I'm thinking about getting another dog, but I don't want to. I feel like I'm cheating on my dog. I don't think that's the case. My guess is you probably showed that dog every piece of your soul, and she or he gave you everything they had. And I guess I just hope this helps.